Apples, apples, apples. Video number 2. I am going to make an apple cinnamon quick bread. And I've never made anything like this before, so it's going to be exciting. But there's a couple of announcements. My phone is fried. The only thing that works is the camera. I can't make a call and I can't make a text. But luckily I have my laptop, so I can download this video on my laptop and then send it to YouTube. So I haven't had a Happy New Year from anybody. And I mean, that's okay, but I miss my solitaire Tri-Peaks card game. LB, 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 and Bobita and her daughter. I came into the game and it kept saying unknown error has occurred. Please try back later. And then it bumps me out. So I'm going to bake and we'll just figure out from there. But for now, I'm theoretically off the grid. But it's a good day to bake because it is flippin' freezing in Texas. So apple cinnamon quick bread. Here we go. Apples. Let me turn the light on. There we go. Apples, vanilla, applesauce, butter, baking soda, baking powder, salt, flour, sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and milk. And you know, when you see milk on the shelf in a carton like this, this has been super ultra processed. Ultra high temperature pasteurization and packaging keeps the milk fresh and natural for several months without refrigeration. Once this carton has been opened, it must be kept refrigerated. Used within 14 days after opening. And they've got, this is whole milk because that's what the recipe calls for, but they've got 2% skim milk. Now, your almond milk or your vanilla almond vanilla milk, that's not real milk. But let me tell you, I've had the whole milk, I've had the 2%, and they are awesome. I mean, I still like buying milk from the dairy at the grocery store, but that's okay, because once you open this, I transfer it to a glass container, and I stick it in the refrigerator, and it's ice cold, and it's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So now, apple cinnamon quick bread. Getting started. Okay, so the first part of the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of peeled, cored, chopped apples, like 1.5 inch or half-inch chunks. 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon and 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar. And you're going to mix the brown sugar and the cinnamon together, and then you're going to mix it with the apples, and that's going to be, the apples are going to be coated in brown sugar and cinnamon. Okay, this is the first step. 1.5 cups of chopped up apple, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And now I'm going to make the batter. And I meant to add, the batter also has 2 eggs. Okay, to begin the batter, 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt. So now you whisk all of that together and set it aside, because now we're going to do the wet ingredients, theoretically. So now we're going to beat together 1/2 cup of room temperature butter, which is technically a whole stick, and 3/4 cup of sugar. Now we're going to add the 2 eggs one at a time. Next, we're going to add 1/3 cup of applesauce and 1 teaspoon of that good Mexican vanilla. So the batter should look curdled and chunky, which it does. And now we're going to combine the dry with this and slowly add the 1/2 cup of milk. Okay, there's the batter, and there's the apple, brown sugar, cinnamon chunks. So now I'm going to grease a 9x5 loaf pan, and I'm going to put half the batter in and half of that, and then the rest of the batter, and then that, and I'm going to run a knife through the center and swirl it and bake it. Oh my God, this tastes so good. Now remember, it's just me here. Oh my God. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Okay, I misread it. I'm going to put half the batter in the bottom of the loaf pan and all of that, and then the batter on top, and then swirl the knife through the middle. So the recipe says I should have 3 cups of batter, so that's a half a cup. So I'm going to put 1.5 to 2 cups of batter, and then the whole thing gets spread, and then the rest of the batter. And then you take a knife through the middle and swirl it. And then I'm going to get the oven started. Damn it, I got distracted and I started filling up. I forgot to spray the pan. So it's a different pan. Okay, there's half the batter and all of the apples are going in. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, I'm so stoked. Okay, there's the batter on top, and now I'm getting ready to run a knife through the middle and swirl it. Okay, 350 degree oven, 60 to 70 minutes, here we go. Okay, while the oven is heating up, the recipe says this is a heavy, large loaf. And 30 minutes into the bake time, they want you to cover it with aluminum foil so it doesn't burn. So 1 hour for sure, but depending on the oven, and mine's a convection oven, and the convection theory is if you use the regular temperature the recipe calls for, you need to add time. Or if you're going to do the time, then lower the heat. So I'm doing 350 degrees, and at 30 minutes, I'll cover it with aluminum foil, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, it's been in for 35 minutes, so let me feel of it. That feels pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put aluminum foil over it. Okay, so when I said the halfway mark, I set the timer for 35 minutes. So now it's going to be another 35 minutes, and we'll check it. Okay, it's been 70 minutes, so I'm going to take off the foil and use a toothpick to see what's what. Oh my God, that looks so good. But it's still a little juicy right here. So I think I'm going to do it for like 5-minute increments without the foil. Okay, I'm going to pull this out and toothpick it. Ooh, that looks so good. Okay, let's see. A toothpick put in the middle and pulled out clean. Okay. Okay, my finger. Let's get this out of here. Okay. Oh my God, this looks so good. Oh, I just want to take a bite. I do. But the recipe says it has to stay in the pan on the rack until completely cooled, because if we try to cut it while it's warm, it'll fall apart because of the juicy apples and cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar. Okay? And in this cold weather in Texas, it won't be long. So tick-tock, cooling on the rack. Okay, this has been cooling on the rack. It's just, there's barely any heat on the bottom. So you know what I say, the proof is in the pudding. So let me get a knife and see what this is all about. Oh my God. This smells heavenly. So let me just make a biteable size. Here we go. Mmm. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my God, that is so good. That is so good. Oh my God. Mmm. 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 apple cinnamon quick bread. Oh my God. This is breakfast bread for sure. Okay. The proof is in the pudding. Bon appetit.